Hello, everyone. I just finished reviewing and commenting on your global analysis workspace documents. You should find that there's comments in your Google documents. Some of you have some additional comments in Blackboard itself. But based on what I saw, I just wanted to make a quick video and comment on a couple of trends that I saw in your work so far, and just give you some things to think about as you start to do revisions for this week when you do your peer evaluations. So first thing is in the instructions, make sure that you are scrolling down and looking at the rubrics, because in this section I've detailed out what strong work looks like in these sections. So section 1, the introduction, think of that as connecting back to module 1 and your understanding of globalization. Section 2 is really similar to what we talked about in module 2. So what is your identity and how do you see that as connecting to globalization? This includes looking at trade and industry, as we did in module 4, race, as we'll do this week in module 5, and health, as we'll do in module 6. So as we talk about those concepts in a little bit more detail, you'll obviously have more that you can add to that. But again, remember to go beyond just saying, here's what trade and industry I belong in, and here's how I consume products, or here's what my race is, or here's how healthy I am. Remember that in these sections, you want to look at how does globalization impact you in these areas. So what is globalization's impact on the way that you consume products, or where you buy your products, or how you buy your products? How does race influence, how does the globalization of race influence you? Same thing for health. Section 3, make sure that you are really being specific with the culture or community or country that you are looking at. That should be clear to me. In some of your workspaces, it wasn't totally clear which community that you were selecting. So be thinking about differences geographically, but also with race or religion or ethnic background, socioeconomic status, things like that. We will get to section 4 and 5, usually around week module 6, but as you start to analyze globalization's effect on you and on the community that you're looking at, you'll then start to pull out themes, looking at, are there areas in which globalization is mutually beneficial to both communities? Are there areas where it's mutually destructive? Are there areas in which it's good for one but not as good for the other, vice versa, things like that. And then your conclusion will wrap everything up. So as you're doing your workspace, a couple of things to think of that I didn't mention already. Make sure that you are focusing on 2 other things. I've seen some of you are going to look at your home structure. Some of you are looking at education. Some of you are looking at politics. It's really pretty open. Just make sure that what you're doing for yourself, you are also doing for the community that you are looking at. And same thing for section 3, when you're brainstorming, make sure that those are the same. Essentially, everything you do for yourself, you're going to want to do for the other community that you have selected, so that you can make those comparisons and then analyze why these comparisons are the way that they are. Why does one community benefit from globalization in one area, but the other community maybe doesn't benefit? Things like that. So this coming week, I encourage you to continue to add to your workspace before you submit it for peer feedback. As you do your peer feedback, remember that it really is not helpful to just say, good job. Make sure that your comments are constructive, that they are providing a new angle or a new lens for your classmates to analyze the information. Think about the ways that you would want feedback given to you. to help you improve. So this is a way for you to kind of get a glimpse at the process that others are going through. This is not meant as a comparison in any way, shape, or form. Again, remember that you are all being evaluated off the exact same rubric. So again, take a look at that rubric and maybe sit with that as you're reviewing your classmates' work and reviewing your own as well. In week 6, it's not a specific assignment, but I will have, there will be an option if you'd like to submit your workspace one more time before week 7. And then week 7, remember that you're going to want to submit not your workspace, but you're going to want to have a cohesive narrative that you've put into the template. And this template is also what you have in your globalization folder that you put together in week 1. So make sure that you're turning in the correct assignment for week 7. Remember as well that you can utilize the Writing Center and the Tutoring Center for feedback on your assignment as well. If you post proof of that at the end of the semester, there will be a couple extra credit points that are connected to that, but that is an option as well. So I think that's all I've got for you. Thanks for sitting through this, what I thought was going to be a short video, but wanted to make sure that we got all of the different things covered. Don't hesitate to reach out if you want to sit and chat through your workspace. If you have questions going forward, make sure that those are posted in the discussion board section about the global project. But otherwise, I'm really looking forward to see how these are going to be fleshed out over the next couple of weeks. And of course, looking forward to seeing your final paper and projects during week 7.